So, I mean, I'm eating my words a little bit, kind of. The saga continues. I mean, there's nothing really else to talk about but Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. You know, I'm so sorry that I had to give it to you from the car last week. It's just busy. It's scheduling. It's everything going on. It's life. I'm sorry. Here I am today back in studio. But basically, you know what I mean? T Swift and Travis Kelce are still hitting it off. I was wrong. I'll admit it. I got my info from someone else. Someone told me she wasn't going to last week's game, but she did. It's fine. And not only did she go to last week's game, she showed up with the fucking star-studded cast. Freaking Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, freaking Sophie, freaking all of their friends, like a star-studded box. Of course they went. It's New York City. So, you know what I mean? We got the first time ever though. Travis Kelce responded. The first time he's ever like mentioned anything. He got on his podcast with his brother, obviously this week. That's basically how this is going to go until it ends, by the way. Like, we're going to get her at the game. We're not going to get a lot of information. We're going to speculate what's going on. And then we have to wait until official word comes down from the Kelce Brothers podcast. Or we have to wait until Kelsey's mom goes on, basically Good Morning America and spills the beans. So, you know what I mean? And like, basically, Kelce responded. He responded on his podcast. Here's the clip. Take a listen.
The NFL overdoing it. What is your honest opinion?
I think it's fun when they show who all is at the game. You know, I think it brings a little bit more to the atmosphere, brings a little bit more to what you're watching. But at the same time, I think
they're overdoing it.
They're overdoing it a little bit for sure, especially my situation.
So, and you know what I mean? But the NFL, first of all, situation, he called it a situation, okay? Not a relationship. He called it a situation. That's a very specific word. That's the exact word Taylor gave him. That's the exact word Taylor said he could use. Trust me, he runs everything by Taylor. If this man is smart, he doesn't say a word without it coming out of Taylor's mouth first. He lets her make all the plays. In this game, Taylor Swift is the captain. If you don't believe me, well, we'll see how this lands then. So you know what I mean? But he basically said the NFL's doing too much. And we kind of agree. We kind of agree a little bit. NFL's doing a little too much. A little too much from the NFL. But you know what I mean? Listen, they've never had this before. Okay? The NFL has never had this type of attention before. Right now, in these last 2 weeks, it's fading now. It's fading just a little bit. But in the last 2 weeks, the NFL has never had all of America, all eyes on us. Okay? There's never been another moment. I think Kim Kardashian maybe dated a football player, but like she wasn't even like Kim Kardashian yet. Like we were in like episode 1 of Keeping Up With then. Like it wasn't really like the Kardashians kind of weren't really a thing then. And like maybe like I think Sierra might have had like a thing with a football player, but you know what I mean? This is Taylor Swift we're talking about, people. So, so like the NFL is just doing everything that they possibly can to make it stick with like, the time scrubber with the heart emoji, with the fucking zooming in on the thing and the coverage and the talking about it and the clips and the virality. And they are just doing their best. Like they're trying to like play her music. So like she'll even consider a Super Bowl, but it's never going to happen, NFL. Like honestly, if Taylor Swift ever does a Super Bowl, it's probably because her career then went in the trash. I'm sorry, but that's just it. She doesn't need the Super Bowl. Swifties will agree. They've never had this type of attention, right? They've never had this type of like play-by-play. Where is she now? Where's she going next? Is she at the game? NFL, look at us. Thanks to Taylor Swift, like 500,000 more people now know exactly what football is, how to watch it, how the game's played, what the teams are called, and who Travis Kelce is. Like, you don't gain 500,000 Instagram followers without people knowing exactly what's going on. So, like, now the NFL's invested. And so it's kind of getting annoying to like the F-boy sports fans to the point where they're commenting, dude. and they're commenting on the channel. Okay, these are comments from our YouTube channel, from this podcast. This is what they said. This this person said, I knew long before Taylor lured him in with her witchcraft. Travis, Mahone, Chris Jones, Justin Reed, Sky Moore are champs. I'm tired of hearing about Taylor Swift, but I live in Kansas City and grew up with my dad installing football in my life. So here I am. Hey, it's not that serious. Here's another comment. He's one of the greatest tight ends to play the game. Wish Taylor Swift would just go away. All the football fuckboys are sick and tired of Taylor Swift, at least the ones in my comments, dude. I mean, it's kind of insane to know that she's kind of pissing off the hardcore fans. So listen, here it is. Here it goes. Here's what's happening. You know what I mean? Here's the question. Is she going to Minnesota? Is that where they're going next week? I think they're going to Minnesota. It's somewhere remote. I think it's Minnesota. If she goes to Minnesota, if Taylor Swift walks off the jet in Minnesota, Travis Kelce's piping. Travis Kelce's laying it down. If Taylor Swift goes to Minnesota, it's real. If she's in Minnesota, the relationship's real. Okay? It's still up in the air. We still don't know. It's still, listen, it's still PR. It's still, until they're like official / almost married, this isn't a real thing. If she's in Minnesota, they're definitely hooking up, dude. Taylor Swift in Minnesota. Last week's easy. Last week was New York. That's a given. Of course, Taylor Swift's already in New York having girl dinners with Blake Lively and Selena Gomez and Sophie Turner and all of her friends that she talks about her exes with. She's already doing shit in New York. Of course they're going to the game. Get on the PJ. We're going now. If Taylor goes to Minnesota, then we've got something on our hands. But I don't think she's going to make it. I don't know. We'll see. If she's going to Minnesota, applause for Kelsey all around. Applause for our man Travis Kelce all around. If Taylor Swift touches down in Minnesota,